Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Tokyo Living Podcast. We're back on Zoom for today's episode, and we have a full screen, which I absolutely love. And that is because Executive Fight Night is back Friday, March 26th. And I am personally very, very excited. I'm joined today by EFN co-founder Nathan Schmid. We've also got the pleasure of having Executive Fight Night charity Shine On Kids founder Kim Forsythe-Ferris join the show. We've got two competitors from this year. We have Megumi Sakuma and Erik Almadrones. And we also have Club 360 boxing coaches Marco and Juni Nobuka. Welcome, everyone, to the show. Thanks for coming on.
Yay.
Thank you for having us.
Now, for those of you who might not know too much about Executive Fight Night or just want to learn a little bit about the history of the event, we actually had Nathan, as well as our previous boxing coach, Brian, and a few other competitors from last year on the show on episode 45. So I'd recommend that you go back and check that out. But Nathan, I might just start with you. I mean, after a 3-year hiatus from the event, what was it like having Executive Fight Night back last year?
Well, to sum it up in one word, I guess it was awesome. We were super excited to be back. I think it was really hard not doing it for a few years. It's something that we love doing, but it just made it that much special coming back. We had 9 amazing fights that all were really well contested, went to a decision. So it was also obviously a great job from the coaches and spoke to how good the boot camp was. We raised a record amount for charity, which was amazing. We sold out all the tickets, and it was just such a good buzz. I think just that 3 years of people sort of pent up excitement and just wanting to really go out and celebrate and support a good cause really showed. And it was our 10th event too, so it was extra special for us. And you know, it did have its sort of challenges. Obviously, it's one of the first major events after COVID, so there was things like, you know, the guys had to do a lot of the training in masks, which would have been awful inspiring with a mask on. You know, we had to think about seating arrangements. We had to limit some seating, and it was a lot of challenges, but I think just the fact that it was so successful just made it that much more special, overcoming all those challenges. And yeah, just so great to be back doing it again.
Yeah, I mean, being in the audience, it was because I think a lot of people hadn't been to any sort of big social gatherings like that for so long, and just like being unleashed in the Grand Hyatt ballroom, it was just so much energy, and yeah, it was just an amazing event, an amazing atmosphere. Kim, I think a lot of people listening and watching this will know about Shine On Kids, but perhaps for those of you that don't, perhaps if you can just give a brief background on the charity and also how you came to be involved with Executive Fight Night.
Very brief. My son was born in Tokyo and had leukemia from the time he was born, so I spent 2 years at a children's hospital with him. And and we lost him, unfortunately, in the end. But that experience inspired us to help other kids and parents who are going through what we had gone through. So in 2006, we started programs at 1 hospital supporting kids and families. Now we have activities in 28 hospitals throughout Japan, everything from facility dogs and a variety of all evidence-based programs that build resilience, help kids during the hospital, through discharge, and then beyond as they go back to normal life. So that's what we do, and it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing charity.
Connection with EFN, yes. We were introduced in early days of EFN when they were rotating through charities, and which was great, giving each charity a chance. But then we were just so awesome. No, that's not the case. We just decided to collaborate, you know, about 2017, 18, and then took it on as our partnership going forward with the theme of fighting for fighters, fighters with fighters. And it's just a wonderful, natural pairing. We have, you know, these guys and girls in Tokyo, professionals who aren't professional boxers, going on this amazing fitness and psychological journey. I mean, a confronting psychological journey. And it's actually a natural pairing with these kids who are fighting in the hospital, going through their psychological and physiological journeys. So, and they inspire each other, and it's a great partnership. And we're very grateful to Nathan and the whole team for supporting us, and all the fighters for supporting us.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, having seen the Shine On Kids involvement within Club 360, but seeing how it works together with the event, I think it is just an amazing pairing. It's I think that since you guys have taken on to the organising of the event, it's raised the professionalism and the actual event just runs a lot more smoothly and just has a better feel to it. It was amazing before, but you've taken it to the next level. And then I think having the fighters fight for such an amazing charity and having them involved with the kids and having those events leading up to the fight night, I think it is just a perfect pairing. And Kim, what was it like for you, not having the EFN for 3 years and then being back into the event last year?
Yeah, I think Nathan really summed it up. We were just ecstatic to be back in the saddle, so to speak. It was magic. It was electric. And as we said, we raised more money with fewer guests. We had probably 150 fewer guests than we would normally have, and raised more money than we ever had. And that's also, that attests to where everybody's head was at, and just like, oh my gosh, we're here, we're out, yay, let's celebrate, let's do stuff. So
yeah,
I think we
sure.
all.
Yeah. Marco, you obviously come from a professional fighting background. And I think when we spoke to Brian about this last time, it's a very different sort of experience. A lot of us in fighting were, started having our first fight in very, very dodgy events, very small crowds. You have these people that are having their first fights in a black tie event, 500 people. You got to coach one of the groups through last year. What was that experience like for you, taking people, some of them who've never boxed before, up to their first fight within that 3-month period?
Yeah, that was very nice to see this high dedication from all the people there. Sometimes inside a class, you have a different kind of motivation according to the person. But there, everyone was going to have a fight in the end. So they knew that they had to dedicate themselves, both physically, mentally, 24/7. And so it's very nice to coach these high motivated people. And it was very nice just to help them reach their goal. For them, of course, charity is very important, but that's also the way to reach their personal goal, to challenge themselves, to reach their goal. So it's like a win-win relationship for both of them. So that was very, very nice. Yeah. Looking forward for this year too.
Yeah. And is there anything that you sort of learnt from the first executive fight night that maybe you're doing things differently, or any other observations in terms of the differences between the training camps?
Well, probably, of course, the thing that I expect, basically, they're the same kind of people. I mean, I still work with very motivated people this year as well. So the team is very similar to the one of last year. The thing is going to change probably is my experience, since I have coached last year as well. So I think I can help them a little bit more this year to reach even better at their best physical and mental shape this year. With the time that we have, we try to give them the best fundamentals in boxing, the best basics. But at the same time, it's important not to rush, because it's something important. It's something very, it's an important experience, but at the same time, we have to do it little by little. That's the challenging thing as a coach, to with short time, but let them build their strong fundamentals in boxing.
Yeah.
And I think this year we are trying to do it a little bit better, so that they are even more confident in their skills, and they can sort of stay cool when they are in the ring, and perform the best and give the best performance.
Yeah. Terrific. Erik, this is your second time back, so I guess to start off with, maybe if you can just give the listeners a bit of background on yourself, whereabouts you're from, and how long you've been in Japan, and how long you've been boxing for.
Sure. Well, first, thanks for having me on. My name is Erik Almadrones. I'm originally from New York City. I was born in Manhattan and grew up there, at least until I was 18. I've been boxing for about 3.5-ish years, right? Right around actually the time of of COVID starting, in 2020. Actually, that was one of the times that 360 was both open, and my wife bought me a package for boxing, and I had 5 boxing lessons with Brian. And after that, I was kind of I was pretty hooked. So I've been doing it now for about 3 years. In terms of my work, I'm a partner at EY Consulting in Japan. I do a lot of work in management consulting and data science and analytics, with a focus on marketing and sales and front office transformation. That's a short introduction to me and what it is that I do.
Okay.
And then in terms of motivation and I can tell you that the EFN experience is absolutely one of the big things that gets me up in the morning. Honestly, it's one of the things that sometimes keeps me awake at night as well, because you're always thinking about what it is that might happen to you in front of your closest friends and family. Not to say nothing of any sort of hurt or bodily harm. So the entire experience of just having this Las Vegas style event in the heart of Tokyo, everyone in black tie with your friends and family watching, right, is quite a rush. And if you can't get up for something like that, right, then you've got to get your head checked, right, because it's a really energetic and fun event.
Yeah. And obviously it was fun enough for you to want to do it a second time.
100%. I sometimes described last year to friends as having a bit of a Tom Brady moment. Let's just say that I'm kind of in the twilight, I believe, of my athletic career. I actually turned 55 this year. I was talking to different people. Am I going to be able to do this when I'm 55 or 56? Next year, I may as well take advantage of the fact that I'm still healthy and physically fit and able to, and still able to do it. So, but no, it was absolutely a Tom Brady moment. I was able to knock down my opponent, who I had a lot of respect for. I actually won executive fighter champion or fighter of the night. So I've had to have bragging rights in Tokyo for the entire year, and believe me, I've taken advantage of that. So with that sort of stuff on the line, I definitely want to come back this year, both defend it, right, and if anything, improve on what it is that I did last year, and hopefully with help from guys like Juni and others, I've made some improvements and can do even better, this year than last.
Yeah. And I guess, I mean, are you approaching it any differently? What are sort of some of the main lessons you learned from the first time through that you may be changing things up this time?
I don't freak out as much about getting hit. I guess I'll say that. That's the first thing. It was a new experience. Actually getting touched and hurt a little bit last year, and that took me a little bit of time to get used to. Now I don't want to say that I'm used to it, but now when it happens, I know that it's a part of the game and a part of the sport, and I accept it, and I'm over that, and I'm over that fear. So if before I was really worried about the punch, now I know I can take it, and move and get up from it and move on, and then hopefully find better ways to defend. So I'm a lot more calm, this year, about it than I was last year. I guess too, the other thing is I'm also just feeling more confident because last year was a really successful year, both for the event and then for me personally. And so as a result, I'm kind of approaching it with a little bit more of a incumbent mindset, right? And not one of who's approaching this and doing this for the first time. So, I'm super, super excited and can't wait to find out who my opponent is.
Well, good luck, and thank you very much for sharing your experience. Juni, like Marco, you've come from a professional boxing background. How's this experience been for you so far? You sort of, I think, 5 or 6 weeks into this training camp. How's it been working with the guys?
It's something like I've never done something like this before. It's quite a how do you say undertaking to take 9 kind of quite inexperienced people and then try to prepare them for the ring. But I think I love boxing, and I think the adversity that comes with boxing really brings out the best or the worst, or usually the best in us. And I love seeing these great, watching the fighters, the participants get better and stronger mentally, physically. And yeah, as we go along, I mean, it's my first time, so I look forward to it. Yeah, very much. Can't wait, actually. But
awesome.
Training hard, yes, sir.
Yeah. And Meg, for regular listeners of the show, you've actually been on our show before. Meg was back on episode number 59 with her business partner Nalko, talking about their amazing food tours that they do with Oishi Food Tours. Now, if those of you watching the YouTube video, I'm going to point to this side of the screen, and a link to those previous episodes is going to pop up there. If it doesn't, then I'm going to cut that part out. But perhaps just briefly, if you can talk a bit about yourself, Meg.
Thank you, Sam. Happy to be back on the show again. My name is Megumi Sakuma. I'm a co-founder of a food tour company. We run a food tour, like some introduced Oishi Food Tours. So we have food tours in 4 different cities, and we also do food-based team building activities. And my business partner Naoko, she is the one actually invited me to. It was 2018 EFN event. And when she explained it to me, I was confused. What is it? Like a boxing match in Grand Hyatt? So she's like, oh, just don't worry. It's really fun event. You just dress nicely and then, show up. I was like, what do I wear? And she said, oh, well, evening dress or cocktail dress. I'm like, I don't know. I don't have any of it. So I wore kimono and went there, and it was amazing event. Lots of course, the food was amazing and lots of drinks. I don't know how many beer I got. And also, the charity, the auction thing, and, the betting for the fighters. It was super fun event. And I said, oh, maybe I want to, be on that ring someday. And Naoko said, really? So next year, she's like, are you going to do it? Are you going to do it? And I was a bit scared. So I was like, no, it's okay. I will think about it. And so 2019, my birthday is in November. So she gave me the ticket. It's a boxing session with Brian. And it was her plan, actually. She thought if I do it, I might, I'm going to like it. So I signed up for 2020 EFN, but it was canceled for the COVID. Yeah. And the next year, Nathan said it's not going to happen. And I heard there was, event last year. So I was like, okay, maybe, I will sign up for this year. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. And how's your training going so far? How's the experience been?
Yeah, it's great. Well, because I kind of prepared from last year that, I thought, I think I'm going to be in. But that time, because of a lot of stress, I gained 10 kilos. And so I decided to, be part of it. So I did all the training kind of myself, because I thought I couldn't catch up with other guys. So today I waited. So from August last year, I lost 10 kilos exact.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And yeah, now is a kind of hard time for me because it's very busy season for the tours. Yeah, but I try to go to the, training as much as possible. Yeah. And Juni is a great coach. Yeah. So it's really fun.
Yeah. And what are your sort of feelings towards the event? Are you nervous, excited? What are the feelings at the moment? All of that?
I'm a super positive person. So I'm just, not worried about anything at all. I'm just, very excited. And yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, thank you also for sharing your experience so far. So Nathan's actually jumped off the call. It's his birthday and he's heading away for the weekend with his family. So we hope that he has a great time. For those of you who are interested in the event, we will post links to the website and to social media accounts for Executive Fight Night. But Kim, if people want to come and watch the event, I'm assuming there's still tickets and tables available, and people can purchase a table or can purchase individual tickets. Is that correct?
That is correct. Go to the website, executivefightnight.com, which I'm sure you'll show soon, and get your tables now. It always sells out. I am warning you, it always sells out. So don't wait. Do not wait. I get lots of very sad emails 2 weeks before going, oh, please just, I said, no. So just putting it out there because it's awesome.
It is absolutely awesome. I've been to every one, all 10 of them, and it is just the funnest event in Tokyo. I mean, those sort of charity events are generally a lot of fun anyway, but then you have the whole other dynamic of the fighting, and it is just if you haven't been to this event, it's something that you'll never forget. It's a completely different experience. I would urge everyone to get along. Thank you everyone for coming on the show today. Thank you all for being flexible with your time and coming in and sharing your experiences so far. We're all really looking forward to the event. Erik and Meg, good luck for your fights, and Juni and Marco, thanks as always for your fantastic coaching, and Kim, thanks for coming on and sharing your experiences with the event. Have a great day, guys, and thanks everyone for watching and listening. See you on the next episode.